Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Maxine Waters shares her violent fantasy to take Trump out with crowd. Maxine Waters shared some disturbing fantasies she's had about President Trump during a gala at the Forney Center. Forney was a black, gay, transgender person who also went by the name Luscious. He started a homeless center for LGBT youth and was stabbed to death in Harlem, New York. Waters started the evening by praising Forney. "Wow, what a moving evening this is. I'm sitting here listening, watching, absorbing, thinking about Ali even though I never met him," said Waters. And apparently Forney's inspiration has made her want to take Trump out. "And with this kind of inspiration, I will go and take Trump out tonight," said Maxine Waters. The crowd cheered. Just imagine how the media would react if President Trump ever said anything about taking Maxine Waters out. Maxine Waters has been busy. Other than wanting to take out Trump, she has tried to demand that John Kelly apologize for defending Trump. General Kelly has been tainted by Trump lying in the face of facts. Hasn't he seen the same video of Rep. Wilson that everyone else has seen? If the wife and family of Sergeant Johnson felt they were disrespected by Trump, then they were disrespected. Period. General Kelly, you earned 4 stars and had a successful career. Now you've fallen prey to a moron in an effort to protect his career. Apologize, tweeted Waters. Nancy Pelosi literally just said that Trump's tax plan is the end of humanity. Nancy Pelosi just said that President Trump's newest tax plan is literally the end of the world. Liberals like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer have been proud to exaggerate their Trump hatred before. But it's getting ridiculous. And in any case we have to fight this tax bill is Armageddon. That is it. This hurts the middle class. It's an opportunity to cost our investments in our budget. We're for a better deal and better jobs and better pay, a better future, and we must reject the Republican tax plan. That's our task at hand, said Pelosi. Armageddon is defined as a dramatic and catastrophic conflict, typically seen as likely to destroy the world or the human race. It also has a religious connotation defined as, in the New Testament, the last battle between good and evil before the day of judgment. But apparently, according to Pelosi, it describes President Trump's tax plan, that will save every American money. While Pelosi is claiming that Trump is causing Armageddon, Chuck Schumer is criticizing Trump for not doing enough. Basically, there is no way for Trump to win with these people. We need to come up with tough new sanctions that go after Iran on those things that don't violate CPOA. The president as usual, he's tweeting away, but just like with Russia, he hasn't even enacted these sanctions. This presidency doesn't get anything done. All he does is spend his time tweeting and degrading his so-called enemies. That doesn't work and demeans the presidency, said Schumer in a recent interview. You kidding me? Jesse Waters blasts all the news outlets freaking out over him criticizing Mueller. Fox's Jesse Waters created a panic attack within the liberal media when he suggested that the FBI is staging a coup against President Trump. The investigation into Donald Trump's campaign has been crooked from the jump. But the scary part is we may now have proof the investigation was weaponized to destroy his presidency for partisan political purposes and to disenfranchise millions of American voters. Now, if that's true, we have a coup on our hands in America, said Waters. All over the media has been freaking out, saying that rhetoric like that is far too much. The New York Times even wrote an article called "The Real Coup Plot is Trump's." Maxine Waters claimed that criticizing the FBI is unconscionable. However, Jesse Waters does not plan on backing down. It seems like Mueller's basically the Democrat candidate for president. He's the only person that can stop Donald Trump's re-election. And the Democrats are putting all their eggs in the Mueller basket, and if he clears everybody else after this, they have nothing, said Waters. I don't think there's anything wrong with criticizing the Mueller investigation if something's wrong. Evidence of blatant anti-Trump bias by investigators isn't justification for questioning the probe? You kidding me? Said Waters. Do you think he's right? MSNBC's Katy Tur just made a huge lie about Trump on TV. She got caught. Liberal reporters cannot seem to help themselves when it comes to telling bald-faced, nasty lies about Republican President Donald Trump. MSNBC's Katy Tur, however, got a jolt when she was caught in her most recent bit of fake news about the president. Tur stated on her show how she thinks it is laughable that the president supposedly only had one solo press conference in 2017. She then lied and said, "He's been dodging questions from the press for months now, really. He hasn't had a press conference since what, February?" She went on, trying to mock Trump in front of NBC's Kristen Walker, saying, "That is laughable. It's laughable, Chris, that the president can't stand in front of the press and take questions from the press." Unfortunately for Tur, Breitbart's Pam Key pointed out how ridiculous Tur's lie that Trump hasn't had a press conference since February is. She pointed to an October 16 article in The Hill that stated clearly, President Trump held a freewheeling press conference on Monday, in which he showcased his relationship with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, RK, and held court on a variety of subjects. It went on, for 39 minutes at the White House. Trump addressed tensions with Republicans in Congress, Obamacare, the Russia probe, U.S. soldiers who were killed in Niger, the opioid crisis, the NFL anthem protests, and his 2016 opponent, Hillary Clinton. Do you think MSNBC needs to start reporting actual facts? Joy Reid spreads multiple lies about Trump and no one corrects her. Trump wants to take away birth control. MSNBC's Joy Reid is one of the biggest liars on television. Reid and her guest Karina Jean-Pierre told multiple lies about President Trump and no one is correcting them. They claimed that Trump is trying to take away women's rights. They said he is going to make it so women can't be paid the same as men and that he is going to take away birth control. It is all lies. Part of what happens is policy that flows from on high that tries to address it. What we have coming out of this administration, to the point that's made by this panel, is policy that's attempting to take away birth control, take away reproductive rights. It's an interesting time from a policy standpoint, said Joy Reid to her panel of guests. It really is. And also make sure there is no equal pay for women. That's coming straight out of the White House and the Oval Office, said Karina Jean-Pierre, an editor at Bustle. It brings me back to almost a year ago. There is a systemic problem we're having here, which is in 2016 we had the opportunity to elect the first women president. And what I remember hearing in focus groups was that from women and men that this country could not be run by a woman, said Jean-Pierre. A woman could not be president. And so there is a problem that we have, that women aren't seen as a figure that could hold the higher office, she said. Fox News exposes the real shocking reason that they were forced to fire O'Reilly. The New York Times recently released a biased article claiming that Bill O'Reilly paid a $32 million settlement with a sexual harassment accuser before Fox signed a new contract with O'Reilly. However, Fox News defended their decision and revealed why they really fired O'Reilly. When the company renewed Bill O'Reilly's contract in February, it knew that a sexual harassment lawsuit had been threatened against him by Luscious, but was informed by Mr. O'Reilly that he had settled the matter personally, on financial terms that he and Ms. Wheel had agreed were confidential and not disclosed to the company, they wrote. His new contract, which was made at a time typical for renewals of multi-year talent contracts, added protections for the company specifically aimed at harassment, including that Mr. O'Reilly could be dismissed if the company was made aware of other allegations or if additional relevant information was obtained in a company investigation. The company subsequently acted based on the terms of this contract, they wrote. O'Reilly also attacked the New York Times article. Once again, the New York Times has maliciously smeared Bill O'Reilly, this time even failing to print a sworn affidavit from his former lawyer, Luscious, repudiating all allegations against Bill O'Reilly. The Times ignored that evidence, sworn under oath, and chose to rely on unsubstantiated allegations, anonymous sources and incomplete leaked or stolen documents, wrote Mark Fabiani on behalf of Bill O'Reilly. In its latest diatribe against Bill O'Reilly, the Times printed leaked information provided by anonymous sources that is out of context, false, defamatory, and obviously designed to embarrass Bill O'Reilly and to keep him from competing in the marketplace, he wrote.